All right, aloha, friends. Another episode of Game Time with the Goss. I'm Brian Gossett, brought to you by GM Sports Media. And today's guest, joined with one of my good buddies, Danny DeArman, head football coach over at Joshua. He's entering year three with the Owls. First off, thanks for jumping on here, Danny. And we'll just jump into week one. You know, the season's here. First game's about to start. You guys get Arlington Heights at home. Just talk about sort of preparing for the Yellow Jackets these last few weeks.
Well, first off, I'm glad to be on here with you. It's good seeing you again. Um, so, preparing for Arlington Heights, we've had two scrimmages, and they've been exactly what scrimmages are for, to kind of figure out where we're at, make some assessments, make some adjustments, and tweak some things. So, week one against Branchview. Um, we installed this offense at the beginning of June. So it's been tough to really get a look and kind of see what's going to happen and how people play us and just the physical part of the game. In this style of offense, it's tough to do because you don't want to risk putting yourself in a situation where you're injuring your own players. And anyway, it's new going into Ranchview. Ranchview is going to be it was going to be a little different, and it was eye opening for a lot of the kids, which I thought we did okay. I knew that the offensive line was going to be something that we had to really keep an eye on, and sure enough, that was a part of the scrimmage that I didn't think went very well. Thought we came off high and we blocked with very little physicality, and that's what I was afraid of. Week two, we went against Waco University, who went 2 rounds deep the previous year. Um, that was a good test for us. I felt like they were a really good squad. Coach down there has done a good job, and I felt like our pad level was much better in week two, and still had some things that we had to clean up. There were different sparks during the scrimmage that I thought went great offensively, and then there were some things that we knew we were going to have to clean up. So right now, where we're sitting, I feel pretty good. We've made some adjustments, cleaned up some stuff, and focused on some other things, and I feel pretty good about our offense going into Heights. Defensively, I guess it's my nature. I'm a defensive coach, so I feel like in order for us to be a successful team, we're going to have to be really good on defense and be physical and run to the football and have a bad attitude when we get there. And I really feel like we showed early signs in the first scrimmage. Second scrimmage, tried to play some different kids and get a look at some other kids, and saw some things that were really good, and saw some things that weren't very good. So we made some more adjustments. Feel good going into this week. Coach James taking over that program, and watching their scrimmages. He's got them playing, so it's going to be a good test for us, and I'm excited about it.
Just can you give us a rundown of about how many returners are back, starting returners on both sides, and maybe a couple of kids we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, so we have about 20 kids that we're returning. We have, I don't know, 5 starters back on offense, 5 on defense. Then, one of the things that I think is big for us is our numbers have increased. So last year we had, I don't know, roughly 33 to 35 kids on the varsity. And right now we're sitting at about 47 kids. So that's going to be big for us. But offensively, key players will be Eli Martinez, junior running back. Had a really good season last year. Had an injury during the off season. He's back. He did not compete in the previous scrimmage, so excited to see what he does Friday night. Quarterback Logan Schroyer, senior. He's running the offense for us, and he's done really well in those two scrimmages. But it's still a work in progress with trying to manage the offense. New to all of us, but especially new to him. Will Kohler will be another key on offense that is going to be a big contributor. And then on the offensive line, Noah Newman is the anchor, and really excited about what he's going to be able to do for us down there and anchoring that line and leading those guys and leading our team. Defensively, Slade Ray is going to be one of our key contributors. He'll be a senior defensive end for us. You got Tanner Pennell, who's going to play a little bit of corner, a little bit of outside safety for us, our little star backer. Free safety, who started for me last year as a sophomore, Tevon Wilson, is back, and he's a game changer. He's 140 pounds, 145 pounds, but he hits like he's 215 pounds. So really love watching him play. And then another player on the defense is Drake Smith. I'm excited to see what Drake does this year. Started for us last year. He'll be a senior, another defensive end to help anchor that line.
Awesome. Again, Friday night at home, Joshua. Right off the bat, is it sticking at? Is it 7:30? Is it pushed back because of the heat, or is it
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. All right, home opener, but also kind of a special thing you do ever since your Arlington Bowie days, just Hunter's Heroes Night. Just kind of doing awareness for autism. Can you kind of give us the backstory and how that all started?
Yeah. So my defense coordinator, Travis Doherty, we started working together in 2007. His son Hunter is nonverbal autistic, and many years ago they started doing a fundraiser, and it was basically a autism awareness walk, and they were trying to raise money, and he put a team together, and the team name was Hunter's Heroes, and we all went and supported, and it's a 5K, and just the community got together, and we went out there, and all the coaches and joined them, and that's when we started trying to do a designated game to represent the autism awareness and to help raise some money, and so we started doing it at Bowie, and it's been great. That we get special shirts that are made, and our staff will wear the shirt, and the team that we're playing will wear the exact same shirt. All the money goes towards Hunter's Heroes and that and the foundation. This year we're partnering with the Center for ASD, so that's going to be exciting for us to help not only bring awareness but have the money being dispersed for a cause that's right here in our community. And it's great. Hunter gets a chance to lead us out of the tunnel, which is an event all in itself. But it's a great night, and the kids really love it. The community loves it. Obviously, the coaches, both staffs, joining in together, and it's just going to be a great night. And I'm really excited for it, and I'm excited to see Hunter lead us out again.
Will he be part of the coin toss too?
Not yet. We haven't got there yet. One day maybe.
Yeah. And then just for the the fans who come into the game? Just how does raising money work? I mean, is proceeds from tickets, or can they just donate or buy shirts?
So there's actually a link where they can donate um, without purchasing anything. But we are selling shirts, and of course the organization is the one that put it together. So the link is through them, but all the money goes straight to that um, fundraiser. And we have a there's a Facebook page that all the information is on. It's called Hunter's Heroes, and it's a picture of Coach Doherty and his son Hunter. I can send it to you so we can maybe share that link out.
Awesome,
But that's where, yeah, all the proceeds, all the money, it goes through that organization into that fundraiser.
awesome. Talking with Danny DeArman over Joshua football. Football has been a big part of your life for almost your whole life. You played at Alvarado High School and played at Harding. Before Joshua, spent 8 years head coach at Arlington Bowie. Um, Going back to your playing days, can you give me one or two guys, some of the best players that you watched or played against?
Yeah, I actually in high school um, played against Tony Brackens, who ended up going to University of Texas, played defensive end, and then another big name was uh, hold on,
You got
uh,
it. You got it.
let's go, Dan Campbell from Glenrose. Dan Campbell, head coach in the NFL now. Um, he played for Glenrose, played fullback and tight end for them, which was uh, one of our rivals. That was a big game every single year. And then there's actually been a couple. And then in college, I played against a couple guys that made it to the NFL, but no huge names that I can recall. But um, it's well, Alvarado, the district we were in, really tough district with some incredible athletes and players. So yeah, it was good times, good football.
I'm sure you maybe told me this. I just can't recall. But when you're playing at Harding, near the end of your time there, I mean, were you thinking about the next level?
Yeah, I thought about it. Well, I was probably more of a dream than anything else, and then I woke up. Um, Now, when I got to the end, I had already had two shoulder surgeries, and um, I was done. The thought was there, but
I
that
think
was
about
about
it
it.
when you can play.
Yeah, nobody else was thinking about it, I assure you. But no, I was done. I couldn't wait to uh, get to coaching and start my career and try and make an impact on some kids' lives.
Awesome. I don't know. The thing that always fascinates me, back then versus now is there was no overtime and all these things, and you're doing who's crossing the 50 more and all these
Oh yeah,
tiebreakers, and it's just pretty wild. I mean, just to think back how you played those rules to now. I mean, is it kind of
senior year.
yeah,
Uh, my senior year, we played Commerce, and it came down to first downs. So we were tied on the scoreboard. We were tied on penetrations, and we lost the game because they had three more first downs than we had.
wow.
Yeah, that was
I
tough.
I always wondered what was the order of tiebreakers? What's after first downs? Is it yards?
After that point, I don't know. I honestly wouldn't have known it had been first downs if it
Yeah.
hadn't happened to us. Just
I'm just curious,
typically
like,
didn't get there.
I'm just curious, like, what was the 10th tiebreaker or something crazy like that? But did you guys even I don't know. You guys probably didn't even know what overtime was. I mean, did you want to play more, or just kind of was set with what those rules were?
We don't ever even thought about it. Just knew that we didn't want to be tied at the end of the game, so
Yeah,
you didn't have to worry about it. And when that game came down to us tying, they had just scored on us, and they had the option to go for two or kick it. And if they'd went for two, we could have stopped them and we'd have won. But they kicked it. That put us into um, the
tiebreakers.
the tiebreaker rules, which they were ahead. So it was a
But I
smart move
mean,
on their part.
you're keeping track of all that, so they must have known they had more first
Oh
down.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, that's pretty wild to me. Just going back to Joshua, after Arlington Heights, you have Fort Worth Wide in week 2 and Southwest in week 3. Just these first three games before district. Just what do you want to see from your kids?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, you know, what I've tried to concentrate on since I got here is changing the culture and building relationships. And by that I mean, the culture of it isn't necessarily just winning, because I think winning is a byproduct of the things that you focus on, and the things that we focused on is being a family, trying to do things right, um, putting others before ourselves, and then being mentally and physically tough. And that's what I want, is for us to go out there and, regardless of the situation, go out there and just lay it on the line and do it for the man next to us. And I try and tell them all the time is I don't. I mean, I want to win. I don't know anybody that coaches that doesn't want to win. But more importantly, if we lose, I want to know that we gave it everything we had. We left it all out on the field, and um, we emptied the tank. And as long as we do that, I'm happy, because I know that the wins are going to come if that's what we're doing, and the effort that we're putting forward for the man next to us. And that's where the relationship piece comes in, and the trust factor in one another and their coaches. Not worrying about what anybody else has to say, not worrying about what anybody else thinks, concentrating on doing our job and doing it to the best that we can for the man next to us and for our coaches. And as long as we do that, I'm I'm excited and I'm happy. I know that the school board will take care of itself, but we have to take care of one another. And as long as we do that, I'm okay.
Yeah, this isn't really a knock on previous coaches there, but maybe this is just I'm biased because I've known you for a long time. But even in 2 short years, I think what you're doing is great for that football community overall, especially with the Hunters Heroes, and can remember the military night having the gentleman parachute down with the American flag, and so I think you're doing a good job, and I do agree the wins will come.
I
Uh,
appreciate that.
I'll get you out on this. Just kind of, I just want to get your thoughts about your district 55A D2. Just trying to compete in that district with the likes of Midlothian Heritage that won last year, Everman, Mansfield Summit. I mean, to go in week out in that district, just talk about competing with some of those teams.
One of the things that if we can do what I think we can do, switching to a different offense is gonna level the playing field a little bit. I do think that those are some fantastic teams, and being that I coached in the Arlington district for so long, and seeing the competition week in and week out, uh, I firmly believe that several of the teams in this district would compete very well in that district. Um, and I'm not trying to make excuses before we even start. They're really good. They're very well coached. They've got good players and they play at a high level. But the offense that we run, I think will help us. It fits our kids. It fits. I mean, it fits our coach's personality. And I really feel like we're gonna bring more to the table this year than we have last year or the year before. My goal is, walking across the field and the coach saying, "Man, you've done a great job. Those kids are playing their butts off." It just doesn't mean very much to me anymore. I want it to be where we walk across the field and they shake their head and say, "Yeah, you got us." We weren't prepared for you, and I think we can. We have to continually each week assess, adjust, and get better. And I think this tough district will be in competition.
Awesome. That's again, it's Friday night in Joshua. Owls hosting Fort Worth Arlington Heights. Kickoff 7 p.m. and it's Hunter's Heroes Night, awareness for autism, and I'll be sure to share the link and anything else about Hunter's Heroes. But yeah, we wish you the best of luck, Danny. We'll try to come out to a couple games, but yeah, thanks for jumping on for a little bit, and we'll see you soon.
I appreciate you. Good luck to you, man.
All right, that's Danny DeArman, head coach at Joshua High School, and I'm Brian Gossett with Game Time with the Goss. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.